What's up, people? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. We are back on the IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get to it. Your boy Shannon Sharpe. You're fired. ESPN has let go of Shannon Sharpe amid all this big SA scandal that he had. As we all know, he settled out his lawsuit, a week prior, reportedly for around between 20 and 23 million dollars. The girl actually went on social media and said, "Hey guys, I'm retiring from OnlyFans." That's letting everybody know. She knew what she was doing. She wanted to let everybody know that she got enough money to retire, because everybody was wondering how much she got. Remember, she sued for 50 million, but of course she wasn't getting that. But she wanted to let everybody know she got enough money to retire. So everyone started speculating. She said, "I'm quitting OnlyFans." Shannon Sharpe then got a comment from Tony Busby, who was the attorney for the young lady. And Tony Busby basically said, yes, it was a consensual relationship, right? And these two had a toxic consensual relationship, but they're glad to put it behind them. So Shannon Sharpe settled out, and then a couple of days later, ESPN fired Shannon Sharpe. So he lost his ESPN job. He lost his $100 million contract. Shannon Sharpe lost a lot, and we don't know how he's going to bounce back. He still has nightcap, still at Club Shay Shay, but ever since this situation, Shannon's popularity and his numbers have gone down, as opposed to what happened the end of 2024 when he did the Cat Williams interview. I don't know if it was the end of 2024, but 2024 we did the Cat Williams interview, and then the Monique interview, and he really started picking up. But the last few weeks, especially after this lawsuit dropped, his numbers have been down. So we're going to see what happens with Shannon Sharpe. Hopefully he lands on his feet. I don't think the guy needs to be done just because of this, but got to start moving smarter, man. You have to start moving smarter, right, to protect, your livelihood and protect your reputation. So shout out to Shannon Sharpe. Y'all let me know whether you think ESPN should have fired Shannon Sharpe or not. Moving on to your boy Gilbert Arenas. No Chill Gil, as they call him. Well, Gilbert Arenas, he needs to chill because he was arrested, okay? Gilbert Arenas was arrested, and we got the whole breakdown for you, exactly what he was arrested for. Now, this was a arrest for, I believe, a federal case. They probably trying to get Gilbert on a RICO. That's what I'm thinking. They're gonna try to get Gilbert on RICO, man. Here's what happened. Now, on July 30th, 2025, Arenas was arrested in Los Angeles on federal charges for allegedly running an illegal high-stake poker ring out of his Encino, California mansion from September 2021 to July 2022. Now, he faces 3 counts of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, and making false statements to federal investigators. If convicted, he could face up to 5 years in prison per charge. Now, the details are the prosecutors say Arenas rented out his mansion for poker games, charging a fee from each pot, making it illegal. The setup was lavish with custom Arenas poker chips, poker club tables, valets, chefs, and armed security. Text messages show Arenas planning games and discussing money. The co-defendants, 5 others were arrested, including Yevgeny Gershwin, allegedly tied to Israeli organized crime. Arenas reportedly worked with an intermediary, Arthur Katz, to organize the crimes. Arenas' response after pleading not guilty and being released on $50,000 bond. Arenas posted a video on Instagram dancing and saying, "They can't hold me." He claimed he just rented the house and wasn't involved, but prosecutors allege he lied to investigators. Now, Why this matters is this isn't Arenas' first gambling related incident. All right. The case also highlights how NBA stars navigate life after basketball, sometimes landing in legal trouble. And, you know, his trial is set for September 23rd. A conviction could mean prison time, impacting his podcast and public image. Right now he's got Gil's Arena and what have you. I think he was right back streaming again today, trying to play it off like no big deal. But we'll see if it's a big deal. He's saying that, he just rented the house. All right, so crazy. We'll find out what happens. Hopefully this is not a big deal, and because this can ruin somebody's life. We'll find out what happens when the trial comes with Gilbert Arenas. Moving on to that girl, Brooke Hogan, Hulk Hogan's daughter, and everybody's talking about how, oh, we shouldn't be talking about Hulk Hogan, but his own daughter don't even want anything to do with him. Well, at least she requested, her request was she requested to be removed from his will. It says she does not want any of his money. Now, Brooke Hogan addressed her father in a emotional Instagram post on July 29th. She clarified that they were not fighting, stating, "We never had a big fight." Huh? We've seen your fights on TV. What are you talking about? We've never had a big fight. My father and I never fought. Huh? It was a series of private phone calls no one will ever hear, no one understand. She described their estrangement as stemming from respectful disagreements that took an emotional toll. After she and her husband, Stephen Oleski, moved to Florida to be closer to Hulk, during his health struggles, Brooke noted that Hulk Hogan excluded her from his surgeries and personal matters. So y'all were on good terms, but he just started excluding you, creating a force field she couldn't penetrate. Despite this, she emphasized their deep bond, saying, "My dad's blood runs through my veins, his eyes shine through my children, and our bond has never broken." What? Not even in his final moments, she expressed peace with her efforts, stating, "I know in my heart I did everything I could. He knew I would run through a burning building for him." So what's all this stuff about? When you was dating the black guy, he's saying the N-word, saying that you will never be with an N-word, you never marry an N-word, and there's supposed to be a lot of tension from that. So all that was made up. I remember seeing you, interviewing you. You had moved away and you hadn't spoken to him for years, but you guys are on good terms. I know she probably doesn't want to say anything to make him look crazy now because of him passing, but come on, we're not stupid. We've seen it. Right? She asked to be removed from the will. The story about that is true. Based on multiple reports, according to TMZ, Brooke asked to be taken out of her father's will in 2023 because she didn't trust the people around him and didn't want to be involved in a financial battle when he passed. So sources close to Brooke, including her husband, Stephen Oleski, confirmed this to Entertainment Tonight, stating she wanted to protect Hulk from those she believed would take advantage of him. So I guess she asked this actually when he was alive. They make it seem as though it's like, you know what, I want out of your will. I don't want any money. But as you can see, it took place when he was still alive. But again, I'm glad she's saying they made peace with each other, what have you. But Brooke, we're not stupid. Let's stop acting like you and Hulk had like this perfect relationship. Oh, we never fought. Like knock it off. Knock it off. We're not stupid. And finally, Sydney Sweeney has been dominating trending topics, and let's get into why. Now, I'm not even going to lie. I had no idea what this whole controversy was about. All I know is I looked up and Sydney Sweeney was trending all over the place. Now, she's always trending with me because I'm always looking to see what Sydney Sweeney's up to. Even if she ain't got nothing going on, I stay on her page any damn way. So she's always trending to me. But I just noticed that she was trending a lot more. So I just wasn't getting it. I was seeing the American Eagle commercial. So I said, I'm not going to lie. I asked Grok. I said, I got to find out from Grok because, Grok be having all the tea. So I didn't understand why they were talking about liberals upset and this and that one's upset. So I asked Grok, what's going on with the Sydney Sweeney controversy? And this is what Grok said to me. So Gronk responded to controversy surrounding Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad campaign titled Sydney Sweeney Has Great Genes stems from a wordplay pun equating genes with genes, Genes. Critics argue that this phrasing combined with Sweeney's blonde hair, blue eyes, and white appearance evokes eugenics, a discredited pseudoscience tied to racial superiority and Nazi ideology. In one ad, Sweeney says genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue, while the camera focuses on her eyes. Social media users, particularly on TikTok and X, call this a dog whistle for white supremacy, accusing the campaign of promoting a narrow, Eurocentric beauty standard. Some posts claim it was a Nazi propaganda, citing the historical use of great genes to celebrate whiteness. So the backlash isn't explicitly as tribute to liberals and black people in primary sources, but ex-posts and conservative media outlets frame it as such. Of course, what do you know? X starting racial debates as usual, suggesting progressive or left-leaning critics and people of color are overreacting. For example, a viral TikTok by Midwestern Gothic labeled the ad as facet propaganda, and ex-users like Charles Rick 53863 reference a black woman's emotional response, though there are anecdotal conservative commentators like Megyn Kelly dismissed the criticism as absurd, arguing it's about Sweeney's attractiveness, not race, and celebrated the ad as anti-woke. This polarization reflects a broader cultural divide, with some seeing the ad as harmless, marketing others and others tone deaf as racial charged climate. Now, American Eagle, of course, have not come. They did put up a post basically saying, "Hey, we're sorry that Sydney looks so good. We didn't know she was gonna look so good." And they also said we also didn't know her boobs were that big. So American Eagle is basically saying, "Oh, sorry, not sorry." Doja Cat, artists like Doja Cat, came out and mocked Sydney Sweeney. She mocked her as her commercial. I'm gonna let you see what Doja Cat said, but y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Down in the comments, do you feel as though this is Nazi propaganda? Do you feel as though it was racial, trying to make people seem like, oh, she has great genes because she's white? Second and third. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think about all these topics. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.